I think maybe, can you maybe talk a little bit about your business here in Beijing?
Okay. We set up this called Beijing Smart Garment about 27 years ago. It is actually a joint venture with the local municipal government in Shunyi. And when we first started this operation 27 years ago, it was a small outfit with only about 200 people. Today we have grown to have about 2,000 over people in the company. And we do manufacturing of clothing for men's basically, for export to places like Japan, America, Europe. But on the other hand, we also have a local chain of stores under our own branding called Smart Garment. And besides Smart, we have a couple of other brands that we operate. So these are all for the domestic market. Given the existing, financial crisis that have been experienced by Europe and America, I think China is still one of the best market to be in at this point.
Right. But in the beginning, why Beijing?
Well, to be honest, we first started the operation with the intention to start in the south of China, because the southern part actually has got better or more conducive condition for clothing manufacturing. But at that point, the government at those places refused us to have entry to, or rather access to the domestic market. So we actually explored Fujian, we explored Shanghai, but when we landed in Beijing, they allowed us about 30% domestic market and 70% export. So that was why we settled in the end in the Beijing municipal.
Okay, excellent. And having been here for so many years, has the investment and the business environment changed?
Drastically. I think in those early days when China first opened up 20 over years ago, the government had a lot more incentive schemes, had a lot more motivational efforts given for people to come and invest. But these days, I think with the existing economy scale that China has grown into, a lot of time they only want to attract high tech, they want to attract big scale. So with a smaller investment, they're not so interested. And of course, one of the most important thing is that given the existing HR or human resource acute shortage, people are more selective about work. There are a lot more opportunities open to them. So now people that are operating in China face a lot more human resource shortage problem than before. I think in those days when we first started, you have one vacancy or one post, you've got hundreds of people lining up to come in. But these days, you can advertise, you can try and get recruitment, but it becomes a lot more tedious.